All right, that's oh, yes,
Oh,
man.
the yes man.
Oh, yes, man.
Ah. Hey, yes man. Are you also going on vacation with Justin?
Yeah.
Do you sort of walk around just saying the word yes behind him constantly?
Yeah.
Are we doing voice modulation?
Does
Is that the
Justin
fun
does Justin find that funny though?
Yeah.
You sound unsure, yes,
Well,
man.
but and what about Ashley? Does Ashley enjoy it?
There we go. That's the yes man. Oh my
God
goodness.
damn, that yes man. Always fucking around.
Having a good time.
Good shit.
Hey, well, thanks for putting up with my crap. 'cause
Oh
that
my
was
God.
fun.
Yeah, dude. Thank you
God.
so much for joining
Yeah,
us.
thank you for joining us. I'm glad we were able to make it work. Do you want to pick? We can handle the after show if you need to go to bed, Brian.
Is that okay? Can I
help us
punch
pick a
out?
title. Help us
Okay.
pick a title first.
Peace out.
Help us
Look,
pick a title first.
all I was expecting from you was leading up to the Patreon plug. So you over-delivered, in my opinion. Get the fuck out of
Okay,
here.
good.
Brian, before you go though, thank you so much for being on here. When I heard that you were sick, I was like, immediately it was like, oh damn, like I was really excited to like get to hang out with him. But I was like, you know what, we can take the show. I thought we were just gonna take the show. I was like, we'll just do it. Me, Kaz, and Jerry will take over. Like, go be sick, take care of yourself. But
Oh no, it was great, and please let's not make this the last time. Let's get you guys back on again soon.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun.
Here, what do
I'll
you like?
teach Curly how to use Skype in the meantime.
The highest rated title on Showbot is "I'm not high enough for whatever this show is." That's not bad. Come prepared. I watched an anime is good. Kaz
I
got
watched an anime; it's pretty good. Does eggs mean balls?
a dog with an orange in his mouth.
Actually, I like a dog, even though we're
Well, we can put that in the we can put that in the show notes. So it's not a spoiler in the title.
I actually really like Did Eggs Mean Balls? Did Eggs Mean Balls is like a side explanation for the larger idea.
I don't even remember Did Eggs Mean Balls? Oh,
That was
yes.
your grandmother to suck.
yeah.
eggs.
That was the
Oh,
10-minute etymology hour.
right. Let's see, Drunk Kaz Gaming.
It
That's
only makes sense if they're balls.
I did like I watched an anime. That was funny.
Chain chomping.
Chain Jumpin'.
Chain.
Awesome Deek men. Hopefully we don't do an entire block on Hearthstone.
Sharding the AIDS away.
I like sharding the AIDS
no.
away
Can
very
you
much.
the SEO good on that or bad on that?
Doesn't matter.
Like you're right. I guess they're both good. Analgesia. That's good. Okay.
All right, I'm sorry, it was a tangerine. All right, let's go back to the top here.
Hey, you're hitting the dredges.
I watched an anime. I watched an anime. It's pretty good.
I think that was a great just a great reveal at that point where like,
Yeah, you guys want to do that? I watched an anime.
Awesome. Yeah, that works.
All right, very cool. Well,
All right. Look, I love all you guys.
go to sleep.
Have a great after show. We'll see you.
Feel better soon.
thanks so much, Brian. Bye.
I'll look up behind me. Alrighty, hey everybody, this is the after show. Actually, Justin, do you mind doing?
Yes, of course,
Yes,
course.
thank
Write
you.
the email.
Yes.
Friends, welcome. Kaz, Curly,
Yeah. Yeah.
are you already
Good to see you again.
planning for TwitchCon? TwitchCon back in San Diego.
No. Well, we didn't talk about any of that. Yeah, no, TwitchCon is going to be is a little nuts. I am finally recovering at this point from Vegas. I don't know how you feel or anyone that was at Vegas with the TMS stuff, but Lord, we went a little hard.
Yeah, well, here, let me tell you all about it, because I was talking about the end of the night during the pre-show. Let me tell you guys about the beginning of the day, which was I run into Petey. Was it Kaz? Was it? Yeah, no. It was.
That was the start, right? Yeah.
It was.
And a hacker.
I think I came out of a hallway, and you were talking to Petey, and
Yeah.
I came over to say hello because I was like, I want food in my face. And then more people came, and then I think at some point we both solidified on like food is a thing that needs to happen.
So here's what happened. I'm on the first flight out from SFO to Vegas, which means that I arrive in Vegas at about 7:30 in the morning. Like, it's early as fuck. Like, I'm on like the 6 from San Francisco, and that is a like go up into the air, come down out of the air sort of flight.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, this is my thought, because last year I got too fucked up. I wound up just, half falling asleep in somebody's room. I was like way too faded, and somebody offered me weed, and so I smoked weed, and I like half fell asleep. So I'm like, nope, not
last year or this year?
last year.
Oh,
It all began. This is why it went wrong last year. Went wrong last year because I had watched Infinity War. This is the late Infinity War show, so I got done watching a movie at like 12:30, and of course that was at the Draft House, so I was drinking there. Woke up with zero sleep and even less, brain cells to rub together. Got on a flight, and then immediately, because there was a wrestling pay-per-view from Saudi Arabia of all places, everybody.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And we just all watched this wrestling pay-per-view. So I'm like, never again. This is not happening. I'm not doing this. And then, of course, I proceed to buy the late tickets for Avengers Endgame and get the first flight out. But I'm like, no. Here's what's going to save me. No wrestling pay-per-view. So that means I'm going to go to my hotel room, and I'm just going to get a nice little naparoo. Ain't no one going to see heads or tails of the old gerbs until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, because I'm going to get myself a sleep in. Then I get I get to the desk, and they're like, oh, we can't give you a room. I'm like, you're Vegas. Like, I know it's just me slapping a little extra money in your hand, and next thing you know, I got a room. Because you guys got rooms. And they're like, yeah, but it would be like half the room rate because we're really hard up for rooms right now. So it'd be like $150. And I'm like, brunch it is. And so that's with you guys, go get brunch, which of course means I'm back in the same fucking position, because I'm not just going to brunch with normal people. I'm going to brunch with the DKG kids. So immediately it becomes this conversation of, if we get bottomless mimosas,
so
how many drinks need to happen before we're in the black?
Yeah.
The mental algorithm math that went on with those kids. I heard all about.
Yeah, that was challenged because I brought my girlfriend, and then there was Panda, and they're the two bookends of like, I want my fucking money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my money.
Yeah.
So I'm like, look, we could buy one, and they were like, one? Do I look like a bitch? And I was like, all right, fine.
But everyone's on the bar, right? Where you're like, oh, all right, 1 pint is $6, but a pitcher's 12. It is, you gotta figure it out.
Which is actually, that's always the best move at bars. Is bars like making drunk people do math so they can figure out that they're gonna save 75 cents, and then they feel good about it, and they're like, hell yeah!
I guess we can get 2.
Yeah. By the way, Kaz, your girlfriend is a delight, and it has added to my lexicon whenever I see some rowdy white people shit. All I think of is just she was telling a story of where she's from in Baltimore, that there's just Dundalk. Just when all I think of in my head is just whenever I see some rowdy white people shit, I'm just like, Dundalk, bitch, Dundalk. What you know about?
Yeah, you got to represent where you're from. Dundalk.
Oh, that's the name of the neighborhood?
It's Dundalk, bitch. What you know?
I don't know anything.
Bryce, we're not part of this conversation. We don't know. That's fine. It's okay.
So Bryce, the way Baltimore is painted, right? You're only allowed to claim certain regions, right? And if you claim the wrong region in the wrong place at the wrong time, people know that you're good for an ass whooping, right? You're good for them to be like, oh, I can kick his ass. So all fights start with a dance, and then a course round of where you from, where you from, where you from, where you from, and then bitch, I'm from fucking PG. What? I'm from Dundalk. And then it's oh shit. Oh fuck. These people are rowdy. I must haste.
Just like when
So the
Kaz
answer
told me
was
about
yes.
throwing
It is the
hands.
neighborhood.
Yes, it is the neighborhood.
Okay.
I can tell you on my side of that day was because Kaz Panda, Kaz's girlfriend and Jury met up apparently right before that. I had to pick up a friend from the airport that morning, so I did the one technical job I had to do, which was go get that friend. And by the time that I met you guys on the street, which I think was like 10 a.m. after you guys had mimosas, we were going to go brunch it up.
Yeah.
And I had a good like, I don't know, quarter of a fucking fifth at that point. And I was like, all right, ready to go, boys. And then I met you guys on the street and I was like, well, let's just keep on rolling then. This is a good time.
No, you just know that you're in for a day when you're in Vegas and there's multiple people at the table. I'm sitting next to Panda and Panda's like, we figure out that you need 6 mimosas to go into the black. And he's like, but also the waitress is like refilling fractional mimosas. So now it becomes about like, oh shit, like, all right, I don't know, was that a half or was that a quarter? All right, we're going to round it up to a third.
Oh, she was
Like,
because she was
and
topping
then-
you off.
She's
I'll tell
talking.
you.
Yeah, because it's like you're getting down to like that bit, and you're like, all right, after I finish, what? She filled it. Fuck, I don't know where I am anymore.
So wait, it was bottomless. It was bottomless mimosas, but also per person. There was no drink sharing.
Yes.
Oh no, yeah, no.
No.
Everybody got a special glass, and that glass meant you got as many mimosas as you wanted.
I'll tell you, like, there's a reason Kaz and Panda are like on my inner circle of people because those guys will rally for whatever.
Oh yeah, no. So it I mean, again, the problem isn't staying up all night. The problem is what happens when you do.
My plan always is I go hard for 4 days and then I turn to a vampire for 3 weeks and I just sleep and I look like a dead person at work and it's been that, and now I'm starting to come out of that and I'm like, all right, now it's time to start planning that TwitchCon because we're gonna go. It's my home city.
The thing I love about our rally is it always starts with somebody trying to be that person who's like, so, I mean, we've been out here for 4 hours. I think it would be okay if people took a nap or went back to their rooms, but I mean, I'm here.
All right.
And it only takes one of us to go, I ain't a bitch.
And then it turns out there are no bitches.
Yeah.
All there is one statement and then 0 bitches. All right, I'm gonna have you guys actually plead the case here because there was a controversial moment during TMS Vegas that I do not believe Bryce is aware of. Bryce, you are going to be Judge Bryce in this case.
All right.
There we go. Let's get Apple.
Curly, can you please tell tell the court about your trip to the water park?
Water park.
Oh, this is bad. No, 'cause Kaz and I haven't even talked about this yet. Okay, we haven't actually had this conversation yet.
Oh, you will. Presiding Judge Bryce. Bong bong.
Okay, let me set the stage. All right, so leading up to TMS Vegas and what has been now the 4th year of Drunk Kids Gaming, basically completely trying to piggyback on Scott Johnson's shenanigans in Vegas.
First is just us going to Vegas.
Yeah, we did 1 year with just us. I think it was the year that Nerd Tech took a break. Anyways.
Continue your ruse.
Yeah. So, anyways, we've been planning this for a while. We're going hard in on it this time. We've got a lot of people that were actually interested. So we had like a lot more people than I even expected. So we started planning stuff early. We started getting Groupons going. We started getting what buffets are we gonna get? For the first time in my life, I got a calendar with the whole day filled out for the whole Vegas trip. Wow. It's getting nuts. I don't like that because it makes me panic, but whatever, we did it. So we're filling it in. We did it. We started actually doing things on the list. I'm starting to get like a little bit less anxiety because we're good. And the big thing we're all looking forward to. Everyone's talking about it. I got 2 of my real life friends to come out who don't watch this show to come fly out to Vegas because they were like, yo, You're going out to Vegas for a weekend? That sounds cool. It's cheap. I'll come out too. You guys are going to a water park? There's a water park in Vegas? It's got slides. It's got it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait to do that. I'm going to come and do that. Yeah. There were people that were in my group literally like down to shit what you do on the internet. I just want to hang out at this water park. I'm selling this bad because this is against me at this point. So we the idea of the water park was weirdly coincidentally, the water park had a lazy river in it.
Okay. Sure.
Floating lazy river.
A staple of water parks throughout the world. There's two things that you always
historically
see at a water park. There's the big slide, right? Whatever their big slide is. There's a wave pool, a tide pool, and a lazy river.
Yeah.
These are the three things you need at a water park.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everyone is keen on the lazy river. Literally, people are just calling it that lazy river time. We're gonna have that DKG lazy river. We're gonna bring sneaky bags of liquor and just drink them on the lazy river. And the day comes, I have my real friend who is in my hotel, who is not part of DKG technically, and she is very much like we just have our own thing going on, and that's cool. And she's like, let's go to this water park. Let's go to the lazy river. That's the whole reason I came. And we all get in the car. I'm in a car 6 people deep, and we're gonna go to the lazy river in the morning. Some of our people had gone early because we were a little bit late starting.
Sure.
And
is this the first activity of the day?
No.
Yes. Well,
No.
for me,
Okay.
for my crew.
Yeah, it was early. It was
Kaz,
very
not
early.
the
Okay.
first
Kaz has his own side.
activity on the calendar.
Okay.
The first activity on the calendar was the Bacchanal Buffet, which I made everyone in my room get up at 5 a.m.
Okay.
because we paid $88. And if anybody who is poor has ever paid $88 for food, you're going to eat fucking food.
Sure.
So,
Okay.
All
So,
right.
but it was very early.
Counselor Kaz, you will have your moment. Counselor Curly, please continue.
In my defense of that outburst, sorry, the water park was $25.
Okay.
So,
Very reasonably priced in the Las Vegas heat. Sure.
sure.
Was this
So,
indoors?
It was. I don't know. I wasn't there.
All right, so here's what we will stop.
juice.
Kaz, from your perspective, what happened?
Hold on. We ain't done yet.
Well-
I get in the car.
No. You'll get a chance.
Let's flash sideways.
Sir, you have had your chance. This is mine.
We're cutting sideways because you already gave away the fucking twist. So we have to fill in with Kaz.
Content.
All right. Go,
So-
Kaz.
We got up early, we went to the fucking buffet, and now it's rally time. It's okay. Let's go to the fucking water park, right? Fucking, this is what we did. We fucking paid for it. Let's fucking go. And then I start seeing.
Let me just also add it in here, just so you know the heroism of all sides of this story. This was after the night that ended with me being talked out of buying shots for everybody at fucking karaoke because it was lit. It was lit, fam. Like it was on and popping. It was all happening at the zoo. So these guys all are like waking up after a fucking night. Capital A, capital N. And this is the ambition these people have.
Yeah. So 6 a.m. buffet. Then okay, that's done. Fucking water park. Got my swimmies in my bag. Let's fucking go. And I start seeing these tweets. Oh man. Oh, last night was an adventure. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if today is gonna be that day. I already refunded my Groupon.
Whoa.
You can. I'm gonna refund my Groupon. Well, if they're not going, I'm not gonna. Well, I just. I looked at the website. The lazy river is down. The lazy river is down.
What?
Well, now what do we do? What do we do? I mean, there's water here at the hotel, and I'm like, no, I bought a fucking Groupon.
Yeah.
I'm fucking going. like fucking rally. But people are sleeping.
All right. Counselor Kaz, well said. Now, Curly, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Because I met you at that pool, and I was surprised and delighted to see you there because I had heard that you were
Plaza Pool. Yeah.
a Plaza Pool, right? When you did not go to the water park, I was excited to see you because I had assumed that I would not see you guys that day because you were going to the water park. I had gotten the impression at the time that you were telling me that this was like you got to the water park and found out the lazy river was down. This was some internet sleuthing.
So my group again. I just want to reiterate the situation I was in for everyone here. This is for Bryce. I want you to hear me out. Please judge
Sure.
Bryce. I was with a potential lady friend. Okay, one.
Sure.
And then also 4 other people.
Okay,
That was my group that was going to go out to the thing. We were coming a little fashionably late, but not late enough that the place wasn't even open yet. I got a text message from one of the crew that got there early before the place had even opened. And they text me and say, "Hey, dude, bad news. There's a big sign up outside of this place that says the lazy river's closed till like May." It's all closed. And I was like, that was the thing that everyone was. We weren't not coming. We were fucking 6 people deep in a car, in the car. We were in bathing suits. We had towels. We had sunscreen on. We were going.
Yeah.
And the whole car was like, oh, fuck that. Lazy River's closed. I'm just going to refund my Groupon. And the car is done.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, well, let me try to manage my whole social clout right now because I got to cash in right fucking now.
Now, let me state for the record that the Plaza Pool is fucking dope, and it might be my favorite thing to do. Even when we were on vacation, Ash and I were on vacation in Vegas, we made an afternoon for the Plaza Pool because it ain't slammed. It's got the same booze that all these other places have. The cabanas are cheap, and especially when TMS rolls in there, there's usually at least 1, maybe 2 cabanas that are bought out by Frog Pants people. So it's a scene. It is a great scene, and I can understand if you were not getting something that you exactly wanted, that would be a tempting.
But this is a water park. Hey, you can't have a bad day at a water park.
Can't.
So I do my best thing of what I do. I try to err on the side of communication. I light up Twitter. I light up the Discord. I light up the TMS Discord. I go everywhere, and I'm like, this is the situation. What do y'all think? And a lot of people are like, oh, man, I was looking forward to Lazy River. Whatever. And then my car was like, yo, why don't we just hang out in the Plaza Pool? That was what we did yesterday. It was a little fun. Let's just go there as a big group. Make it a thing.
Sure.
And I was like, all right, that's what they want to do. I was like, here's what's going on. I put it in the Discord, on the Twitter, everything. And I said, really fucking sorry, but this is what's going on. If you want to go to the place, I know that there's a lot of people spent the money on it, do it, but I'm not going. And if you were looking forward to seeing me there, it's not going to happen. Sorry. Okay. And we go to the pool. On that note, we get to the pool. Scott Johnson's there. Tom Merritt's there. Justin Robert Young's there. The whole fucking crew's there.
VIP.
And I'm like,
dropping names.
Shit, bro. We made the right decision. This is great. It's a good time.
Counselor Kaz, what is your experience at the water park?
It was a fucking time. It was a blast. There was a wave pool. None of the rides had long lines because there were no fuckboys there. They were all at the fucking plaza, and we got to ride everything. Had dots. It was great. Fucking great. Almost fucking died on a ride because we got stuck on it. Didn't even know you could get stuck on a water park ride, but we did it, and it was an adventure.
What was the mood toward those that defected from the water park?
They tried to big dog us on in Discord with you're at a water park. Look who's here. Justin's here. Oh, I'm hanging out with old Tom Merritt. Fucking just shucking and jiving for those fucking shuckles out there. Just nope. Out here making real content.
Okay, so you stick with the plan to go to the water park. You bought the tickets, and you're letting everyone know you're having a good time hanging out with your celebrity friends.
Yes.
All right, and then what?
And everything was fantastic. I'm trying to add photos right now to OBS, and it's taking me a hot minute. Sorry. I would have not have gotten these really cool photos of
Get woke, kill content.
Look at. Why are you freaking out? Oh, no.
Sure.
Hey.
Whoa!
Sideways.
Hey, too hot for Twitch.
Whoa, TOS.
Too hot for Twitch.
Is this allowed on a? Oh wait.
You're not.
That's
What
not
am I
technically a
looking at?
nipple.
Is this not framed right? It's
yeah,
not framed right, is it?
technically that's
It's not.
not.
It's definitely not
Fuck
framed right.
Okay.
Hold on,
No.
there it is. There's what you wanted to actually see. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Check them nips. All
Sorry
right.
about that. My bad.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Bryce, do you have any other informational questions on who's in the wrong here?
Well, so
or...
if we can jump back to square one, are we asking who the wronged party is? Are we asking?
In this case of Judge Bryce.
Yeah.
The ruling is who's the asshole, or is there no asshole?
Do we need closing statements first? Because I want to say something.
Between the people who went to and stayed at the water park versus those who went back.
Anybody. Is there an asshole, or is there no asshole in this situation? Is everybody fine? So while you contemplate that, we will begin with our closing arguments. We begin with Kaz. Kaz?
We was wronged. I just wanted to have a good time, a great experience with my boys. We live in separate parts of the country. We don't get a lot of these moments, and we plan this. We put it in a Google document. The time spent to label and highlight and add color to this thing, and then to pay a Groupon, to pay a man to get to an experience. And we went for it. But were our friends there? No. But were the true believers there? Yes.
Okay.
And by the way, including both of my 305 boys. Take it to the house.
Yeah. Miami showed up.
Yeah, Miami. Yeah,
Mhm,
here we go. They got that fire. All right. Please, Curly, closing arguments. Dale.
My thing here is, one, y'all know what it's like when you got a lady friend you're trying to impress. Two, did everybody have fun? Did everybody on both sides have a good time?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all had a good time? No one in Discord complained?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody on Twitter complained? It was a little bit of a mild disturbance, but everybody had a good time on both sides. Then we met up, and we continued to have a good time. I think it was a success. I think we made the right call. Everyone made their own right call. That's it.
Wow. I mean, if I might just add for commentary, a bold Hail Mary by Curly to go with, hey, I had a lady friend. Like, that really was an
This motherfucker throwing out sympathy Yu-Gi-Oh cards like, you feel bad? I was trying to impress a girl.
Yeah.
All right. Counselors, quiet in the court. We have Judge Bryce. Judge Bryce is here to make a ruling. Judge, are you ready to rule?
I believe I'm ready to rule on the situation at hand.
Order in the court. The judge is ready to rule.
It is very difficult to put a group of people together. As is evidenced by tonight. Trying to get 5 people to talk to each other at the exact same time is difficult. And I can understand if you thought, oh, well, lazy pool. There's no lazy pool. It says on the dock, lazy pool.
It's Lazy River.
Fuck.
Lazy pool. little
Pool's lazy.
a little Walmart circle pool that you get for $20. A lazy pool.
No one ever knows about the pool rapids, right? Like,
all right, so the lazy river's broke. That's the thing that we wanted to do. And so some folks they ditched and think that they should not go. Well, I mean, look,
not
man.
only ditched, but on their way there.
Contempt. You better watch, sir.
Listen, when it comes to a big group environment, a big group event like DKG Vegas with TMS Vegas, there's splintering. Every man has to decide for themselves what they're going to do. if they decide they're not going to go to the pool, they're going to miss out on the things that are still fun about water. It's still a water park. Everyone knows it's a water park. I think as far as like whether Tom Merritt's there, whether Justin Robert Young is there, that's between them and their God. No one can tell what podcasters do at live events. Certainly not the people who need to know where they are.
Bryce knows that from experience. when it's Bryce's job to know where I am, he has no fucking clue.
So I'm gonna say that there is no issue here. I think everyone cast their lot, and you're gonna have to put up with it. You made the call. You decided to get your refund. I hope you enjoy your $25. I hope you blew it on blackjack.
This episode of Judge Bryce has been brought to you by Western Union. Western Union. Money fast.
On that note, Kaz was very not aggressive and mad, at least directly towards me. So. He was just like, fuck you.
No.
That was it.
Things were like, all right, so I show up at the pool and Curly's there, and I'm just surprised that Curly's there, right? So I don't know what the scene is. I was so fucking hungover. I didn't know if I misremembered when you guys were going to the thing. So I just see Curly and I'm like, hey, and it's a fun event, right? We're at the pool. It's a good time. And then I just hear, turns out Lazy River was busted. We decided to fuck off and come back. So I think it's the whole crew. It's not until like later that night that later, because I fuck off from the pool at a certain point. Nobody else showed up except for Curly and his room, basically. So I'm like, oh, I guess this is a thing. I guess that this was a splintering where some of the group went and the other group went, but
they joined later.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Oh, no, it was a heck. It was a heck, but I did not. I was not aware that there was any kind of splintering.
And you know what? It's when you have more than fucking 4 people and you're trying to coordinate with them, especially if they can't agree. Well, some people really like the Lazy River. Some people really, really don't care about the Lazy River. You know, at some point you just have to say, hey, these are the options.
No, I think Bryce has it at any convention, but even more so with Vegas, where there's like it's a town built on tantalizing options, built for your taste. You're gonna have splintering. It's just gonna happen. It doesn't matter if it's a family reunion where or if everybody needs to hold hands or bomb vest will go off. At some point, somebody is going to wander away from the pack because there's a glittering lore that is built just for them.
Because think of the alternative, right? The alternative is like dragging people along and hoping that they enjoy it after the fact, or well, we did your thing, you got to do mine. Like, nah, man, go and have fun. And
I guess we learned very on with doing this kind of like the convention stuff that we started off very early, like, okay, those of us that are supposed to be like the organizers of things, we're going to try to make these events happen. We're going to try to make, a meetup at a bar happen or whatever. And it was like, okay, why did somebody text blah, blah, blah? And we're like, shit, man, I don't know anymore at this point.
Buddy,
like,
you know what? It's buddy system. It honestly becomes buddy system, right? I mean, that's like, you're going to decide the things that you want to do, but you also know the people you want to hang out with. And so it's kind of on you to be like, hey, people in my like sub cohort, like, what do we want to do? It's just a reality of the situation. You have to like figure out what the people you want to be with are doing. And
this event was the best time we've ever done it, where we leaned in heavily on the fact of like, everyone, we're going to Vegas, but we're having just a Vegas time. You do your own thing, but here's all the events, and we're going to I err on the side of communication. Dumped everything as much as possible for every event that we were doing, and it was like, okay, this worked out. It was very nice that everyone could just like be like, oh, you know what? Actually, we're not going to go to that thing. We're going to go to this thing, and then we'll meet up with you at that thing or whatever. And it was great. No need to corral and fight.
I did that at the buffet. Like, everybody was like, well, let's all wait and see if we can get a big table. And I went, peace, I'm gonna go eat.
Happens.
Like a table for two.
Get it right.
Because I'm gonna pile high with some shrimp.
Jerry, did you want to talk? Did you want to get filled in on the karaoke night, or do you want to leave that to the Vegas world that can stay in Vegas?
Is there more to the story? I feel like we heard a lot of.
Justin just brought up a couple times that the crazy karaoke night was crazy. I was very, very drunk, but I do have some recollections at that point of how the night went. I don't know. It's just like it was. I didn't want to out you and stuff.
No, I don't. Like literally, I will tell everything that I remember.
Sweet. Cool. So here we go. Jury night at karaoke. Here's what happened on my side. At some point, I think Panda earlier in this week reminded me that at some point I bought 2 rounds of tequila shots for a lot of people. That means the night's gonna go bad. I don't like tequila. I don't like to drink it. But when I'm around people, I start buying shots for the whole group, and I bought a round of tequila. I might have told you not to buy shots because I was going to buy them for everyone, and I fed you shots.
Oh, that's why. Because Jerry did mention that he was talked out of buying shots because
I know it was somebody else.
He was talked out of buying. He was talked out of buying the second round of shots.
Yeah.
Because he looked at us and he was like, "What's a Baltimore shot?" I'm not from Baltimore. I didn't fucking know.
Dundalk.
Dundalk.
Yeah,
Right.
Dundalk only drinks tequila, but I can't let her drink tequila, or Dundalk comes out. So it was like, well, let's just do fucking whiskey shots. Cool, we did whiskey shots, and it was like, do we do more? We were like, no, no. Let's get food, and once again, we solidified on
my
food.
My bar tab from that night was $245 from that room.
Wow. Jesus.
Let's just say I don't know what happened because I forgot most of it.
Yeah.
So that's cool. But anyways, go ahead.
Rally. We pile into Ubers. We end up somewhere near the strip, and we're just drunk and angry and want food.
Well, we did karaoke, right? We did the yeah. Well, so let me kick in then if we're going past the karaoke. So my karaoke time was there was a moment where my aforementioned lady friend was like, "Yo, it's time to biggity bounce."
Yeah. Gotta get out of here.
And she was like, "We need to get food, and then I need to go to bed." So I was like, "Cool. I'm done. Like I'm never gonna get a song. These guys are professional fucking karaoke people at this point." Actually, no, that's what happened. There was a point where Panda queued up "Men's Not Hot."
That place really does have everything. Jesus, that's great.
No, so this is right after we queued up at some point, forgot about it, "Kiss from a Rose," because that's just the DKG.
Well, sure.
That's the rally song right there. Baby. Okay, so it's just
not.
we don't actually know the words. We just yell "baby."
Yeah.
Then we were like, "All right, we're fucking done with that."
Well, so Panda queues up "Man's Not Hot." It's like 32 songs out. Or something shit like that, and we're like, whatever, it's cool. It starts to get closer, and I think there's a point where I looked at Panda and I was like, well, my voice is fucked and I'm drunk as fuck and I can't do this. I cannot do this anymore at this point. Like I'm trying to talk. I'm like, I was squeaking at that point. My voice was dead. I had been yelling. We did the Overwatch tournament. We did all the other shows and stuff. I was done. I was sunburnt. I was broken. And then my friend was like, we got to go. And I was like, all right, cool. She knows how much, like, she was more in control of everything than I was. I was drunk. She was like, she knows how much Jury means to me as a friend. And she's like, I'm going to go tell Justin that we're leaving. Just make sure he knows what's up because he's been hanging out with us most of the night.
Yeah.
And she walks over to Justin and she's like, hey, just so you know, we're going to bounce. We had a great night. Thanks for the fun, blah, blah, blah. She does this on her own. And she says, Justin looks up at her and she goes, cool, where are we going? And all of a sudden, she walks up to me and she's like, so Justin's down for food and we're going to go get food. And I was like, shit, all right, let's go. Whatever.
Yeah.
We Ubered to some pizza place. I don't remember the name. Someone probably remembers the name.
No.
All right, go.
That's not what happened first.
Thank you.
We tried to go to Triple George's, right?
Yes.
And it was just 11 o'clock, and the door was closed.
Yeah.
The disappointment that triggered through that line of people who followed us there.
This
what?
is where
You remember this part?
Triple George's.
It's like literally the last, like my last memory of that night is like leaving karaoke.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we tried to go to Triple George. Triple George is closed, and we are like, okay, what's near here? And then my friend looks up this pizza place that she wanted to try because she's vegan, so she's like trying to find the secret place.
Literally next door. So I went, there's pizza. Let's
Yeah.
just get a pizza. Fuck it. It's quick, it's easy.
The great equalizer.
I don't know how I got talked into sitting down at this place. We were like,
No, we sat down and we ordered multiple pies. Like
no. I was just gonna order a pie. They have what is like a fake ass pizza place and then a restaurant, like a real ass restaurant.
Yeah, no, it's Rock Pizza, which is right next to Triple George. It's right in downtown Vegas. By the way, low key, way better than the Strip. Next time that you're in Vegas, stay downtown. But that place is great. So they have like Kaz described, like a pizzeria. You stand there, grab a slice, eat it there, and then like literally right beyond is like a fairly large restaurant. So what I would guess is specifically as things get late and people get wasted and you're bringing fucking like half blacked out dickheads, the best things they want is instead of people falling over and looking like a goddamn shooting gallery, they'd rather stash you and your rowdy ass party in the back so other somewhat, ambulatory motherfuckers can roll in and grab a slice.
So fast forward to that, we get to the pizza place and we order our pies. We all sit down. I kind of don't remember how we ordered the pies, but there was everyone kind of did their own look at the menu. Everyone decided I'll eat some of that. You get yours.
Everybody initially was gonna get individual food, and then we looked out and we were like, we're at a fucking pizza place. Let's just get pizza.
Just get pizza. Yeah.
Big
so
drunk
did
man.
that.
Very easy.
So we're waiting for that. We're sitting, we're chilling. I got up to go talk to MacBook Pro, who was sitting at the bar. Because him and Justin just ran up to the bar, got drinks, and then Justin came back to the table. So I went, we're over here talking. Came back, sat down.
By the way, at that point, I am what is referred to in the serving industry as a red light.
Yeah. So Curly looks at me, looks at Justin.
I'm hard browned out at this point. Don't get me wrong. I have flickers of memory, but I know. Listen. I have I'm a one-trick pony. I drink a lot. Okay, that's what I do.
So there's this always bad level of communication that happens between me and Curly if we're the only two communicating. There is. And we try to do the thing where we communicate with our eyes, where we're like, and it always turns into, it'll sort itself out.
So for me,
no matter what situation, building on fire, people screaming, it'll sort itself out.
I am also a bit of my 20s were filled with me being a mama bear to my best friend who drank to blackout almost every time we went to Dave & Buster's when we were in our early 20s. So there is a point where that man used to bark at women when he got too drunk, okay? So I had to take him out to the fucking car and have a conversation with him a lot of times, okay? But anyways, we were sitting at a table and everyone orders a pizza. Everyone's seeming fine, and then Jury is asleep.
Yeah.
And I look over and I'm like, well, that can't happen at a restaurant. And sure enough, restaurant lady comes over to me.
What happened was I went for that second conversation with MacBook Pro and just kind of... And I was like, yeah, hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Yeah, no, we're all good. We're great. We're awesome. We're having a great time. And she's like, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can't sit up, you gotta leave. And I was like,
but he wasn't alone. He was sitting with the group, right?
But you can't have your head on a table at a restaurant in any place ever.
Yeah, you gotta kind of sit back. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
yeah. So It was fine. It wasn't bad. So I get up and I start going, and I don't know if this is accurate, but I thought I was in mama mode at this point. And I was like, hey, no worries. We actually ordered some pizzas. They're not here yet. If you don't mind, can we get them? We'll take them to go. We were gonna sit down, but we'll take them to go.
Just get a couple
we'll take
boxes.
Care of them.
Let's get it out.
We'll bring them back to the hotel. It's gonna be fine. Just like don't make it a big deal. It's no big deal. He's fine. He's responsive. He's not completely. Justin, you were fine. You were just like oh no, I'm not asleep. I'm fine. But then you'd fall back asleep, and it was like whatever. It was I've been. Everyone's been there.
A wrap.
Yeah.
86.
So
It was Curly doing a little too much because he was drunk, Curly. So he was trying to.
I went drunk, Mama Bear heavy.
I had already laid it out with this lady because I'm like, yeah, no, it's fine. We're good. We just gotta wait for our food. She's like, yeah, no, that's awesome. And then Curly's like, no, I'm just saying, don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all fine. I'm here to make your night better. I'm just here to do whatever you need. I'm here. You're not serving me. I'm serving you. And I'm like,
I was like, we are gonna tip so much money. Don't you worry. It's gonna be fantastic. I love you so much. Thank you for being great. What is your name? I love you. I'm gonna write a Yelp review right now for you if you just let this happen.
He's like, I'll write a Yelp review. What do you use? Google? I'll write a Google review. And I'm like,
so we get a lift and we go back to the plaza and I don't know. This is pretty much the end of the story, but like basically, Jerry, you give us the room number and we dropped you off in your hotel room. I left you in a chair with a glass of water and a full fucking pizza sitting open right in front of you because you refused to lay in the bed. And I was just like, you sit in the chair, you're fine. Yeah. And I was like, you're gonna be good. We closed the door. It was great. And I went into like everybody, and this is again drunk me. I was just like, Jerry's a professional. Nobody tweet about this unless he says it's cool. It's fine. Like don't need to blow this up. No need to talk. And I haven't talked about this because I was just like, it's Jerry's business. I don't give a shit.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. No, please.
Yeah. So this it clears up a lot.
So before you even tell your side of the story, because I'm loving to hear it. I want to hear it.
Please.
Sarah woke me up in the morning. She's like, is Justin okay? Is he gonna be okay? Do you know if he's okay? And I'm like, dude, I have been way worse than him. And I have, if I woke up from one of those nights with a fucking glass of water and a fucking pizza in front of me in my own hotel room, I'm calling that a victory. Like fucking, a 65-yard field goal win right there at that point.
So there are levels of hangovers, right?
Yeah.
There are, there's the basic, oh, my head hurts, right? And then there's what I like to call the Wheel of Fortune, where you wake up and you're like, something's off. Like either you're like sleeping with, your shirt on when you normally don't, or like, like God forbid you have all your clothes on. If you went to sleep with your fucking shoes on, that fucking some shit went down. But the Wheel of Fortune is really just, you're like, and last night I did, and you're just seeing it go by, like, told a secret, I swear I'd never tell, like, called, my ex-girlfriend, like, just every possible awful thing. Like, I don't know, wound up making money. Like, you see spot, you're like, okay, well, that definitely didn't happen. But that was one of those, well, not really. I mean, I kind of knew that I didn't really get trouble, but like, I do remember waking up in some state of not exactly my normal go to sleep undress. And I found a pizza, and I was like, "Oh shit, pizza! Look at that!" And I just like ate a fucking half a pizza, and then I went back to sleep, and I woke up and ate the rest of the pizza. It was fucking great.
I saw you in the day after, and you were in the pool, and you were looking great, and I was like, "All right."
Oh yeah. No, I definitely needed I made a promise to myself that I wouldn't drink until 1, and I kept it.
And I was ordering another giant bar tab at the pool because I've been drinking since the opening of that day because I'm a fucking monster. That's what happens.
Now, this is a very sweet story. Justin ended up in his hotel room. He got a free pizza. He got a glass of water. People looking after him.
Yes.
But when a motherfucker falls asleep at Dragon Con, people put a Barbie on his head and take photos.
You gotta know the friends that hang out with.
So
Are famous.
So here's the other thing though, is later that day, Curly, after all the water park shit and everything else, Curly comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, so I saw Justin," and I was like, "Yeah. He good?" And he's like, "Yeah." But he was like, "Did anybody tweet or are there any pictures?" And we were like, "No. The fuck? What do you think we are?"
I went into mama bear mode.
yeah.
I don't know. I just worry about my fucking famous friends. What are you gonna do?
Number one. Also, let me just say this: the fact that I asked out with a group of people, especially a group of people that large and in public, I thank God that it happened with DKG, because like DKG knows about what happens at the end of a night, and it's not going to be a novelty. Because normally the pictures and the videos are not ever intended for embarrassment, or at least embarrassment that in that moment you think will get out of this tight familial circle.
Right. Good photos.
It's usually more because it's a novelty, because ain't nobody seen somebody, do that, or had this person do that, or it plays against personality type. But luckily, I've cultivated an over 10-year personality as being a lush on the internet, so falling asleep in front of people against type. But luckily, I had you guys more so that would be like, hey, let's just get the boy home.
Yeah.
Is all.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Kaz and I have had this moment many times before, and I've had it many times on my own stream with Kaz or with not Kaz. But like, shit, we did shots on death Portal before, and that was bad.
Let's get back to the time that you humiliated the Bryce.
No, it wasn't these guys. It was all the fools at Dragon Con a few years back. No, I wish the DKG crew was there.
We've never gone to a Dragon Con.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we've
Who did it then?
It was I don't even want to try to name names.
Real shit.
They know who they were.
Judge Bryce. Cue up Judge Bryce.
Oh, wait,
What
hold on.
looking for? Who's on site?
Yeah. Who we need to dox right now? Let's go, boys.
No.
Sorry. There's been a lot of times as a person who has now been streaming for fucking goddamn it's the 6th year, 4 days, 5 days a week. I have woken up on an occasion and been like, well, all of my studio lights are still on, so I must have not gone to bed with the intention to go to bed. And then I have to go look at the footage of the end of the stream, and I'm like, did I close the stream? What did I say at the end of the stream? What was the last hour like? Because I don't remember the end of the game that I played.
Wow.
There was a time we had to build in a remote kill switch to Curly's stream.
That's still accurate.
Like,
Miller still has the remote kill stream. He can cut my stream at any time.
We had to cross-reference to give it to 3 different people so that at any time they could fucking Mr. President turn the key and hit the fucking like, do we do it? Is it time? Yeah, he's taking his shirt off. Turn the key.
Jesus Christ, Carson.
Yeah.
Motherfucking tropics.
Fucking Atlanta. He showed up only for us drinking at this hotel in the lobby. And he takes a photo. God damn it, motherfucker.
I mean, to be fair though, what's more embarrassing is his fucking 11-year-old face. Like,
they both look like baby children.
I know, with his fucking ABA fro.
Oh, it's adorable.
So.
Just put a hairband around that sweatband on that.
I do. Have we ever? I mean, I feel like I've drunkenly told this many times to jury or even Brian over the times that we've hung out. But have we ever talked about the moment that I ever got like fully deep invested in NSFW at that time, or BB Live Show at that time, actually? The thing that fucking clicked for me. There was.
No, you want to know what? Here, filibuster for a minute and a half.
Sure.
Yeah, go for it.
So for those that don't know, we've been watching for a long ass time, and when I first got into BB Live Show, it was just because I knew of Rushwood from I think fucking Revision 3 or some shit.
Sure.
But then we got into the BB Live Show stuff, which was great and all that stuff. I was just like, oh, there's people doing stuff on the internet. It's great. of course, it was an Adobe shop. Let's go there. For people that remember Adobe shop, you guys still do Adobe shop stuff every now and then?
Yeah.
Bryce?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So for me, there was a moment where I was a passive viewer. I was never in the chat. I don't think I ever logged into IRC. I never did any of that stuff in the old days. What was it, Justin TV before?
Sure. Or Daily Motion.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Dailymotion. Okay. So I go in there one time and I'm watching it. I usually kind of watched as a second screen thing when I was playing like hard, deep World of Warcraft at the time. So I had a second monitor. If you have to imagine the scene, my girlfriend of like 5 years was dead asleep in her bed, or our bed, in the same room. And I was in a dark room playing World of Warcraft.
That's in the same room.
World of Warcraft at like 11 o'clock at night, 2 screens. Yeah, no, we were living with her mom. It's fine. Different world. So I had an SW show or a BB Live show up on the right screen, and there were some Adobe shops. I'm pretty confident Kuhan was around back then, if y'all remember that name.
Kuhan, yeah, he's he doesn't show up too much, but he's around.
I'm sure he's like a president of a company now, right? Like he's just like all of our other old friends that are just like now old, actually old.
Who made this?
So again, I never commented on the show. I never even joined in the chat. I never even thought I would ever join a chat on a show that I was like listening to as a thing. And someone, I was a fan of Twit, I think at that point in time as well. And I knew Roger Chang, good old Jolly Roger Chang.
Yeah, Roger.
Yeah.
Now on
and
DTNS.
he had been on a couple shows and whatnot. Roger Chang was a fantastic. Like I was just a big fan of Roger Chang. So it was weird that these people were inner circles with those people that I loved. And I'm watching as a side screen playing World of Warcraft, girlfriend asleep in the bed behind me, and someone put up an Adobe shop. And I actually queued this up because I wanted to share it.
Ooh, please.
The Adobe shop. Again, being a kid that grew up in this, the child area with 64 controllers and everything, someone Adobe shopped Roger Chang taking a fucking big old rip off of a hacked N64 controller.
An N64 controller pipe. That's great.
I don't know who did this. But I've saved this photo for, 10 years now?
Yeah.
10 years at this point?
Have we discussed what that Adobe Shop challenge was?
No.
I don't know. I don't even remember. I was drinking and playing World of Warcraft.
I know. So
let me tell you, I shook my girlfriend awake at 11 o'clock at night, and I said, "You don't understand the funny thing I just saw. It was so good. It has to be known to the internet and the world."
And that's one of those things where there is nothing more electrifying than a radio joke, and there is nothing more impossible to explain to another human than a joke, than like a radio joke or any kind of long form stream.
You had to be there. You had to listen to the whole thing. Yeah. You had to get in the mood.
I mean, it was building up. Yeah, it was tantric. It was fucking like these are deep running lines of your life that are intersecting in a moment of pure electric comedy, but you can never explain it.
Trying to explain to her like tech hacks and just the silliness of the tech industry and everyone modifying shit, and Roger just like, oh.
So we were at that time, the fucking BB Live Show bit then was finding the most wasted pictures of people on the internet of our it wasn't. I guess it was in our social circle. Brian was like barely doing Scam School at that point. He might have been doing it for like 2 years. So it was like reckless. It was weird.
I think Rev 3 was new at that point. Like it was pretty fresh.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it was big enough to be a thing. But certainly, I mean, it was, back then it felt like, like, who the fuck are we? We're just assholes on the internet. Like, so of course we'll just find these people. But that was one of the things that we wound up getting Roger on the phone, mostly because like Roger just looks fucked up in all these photos. For like Roger just closes his eyes a lot in photos and just looks fucking like wasted. And he's also smiling a lot. So there's some combination between like him just like his natural look, just photographs fucked up. And yeah, so then it just became photoshopping or Adobe shopping. And Adobe shop is one of those funniest things because that was a Bonnie mispronunciation that just stuck.
Amazing.
But yeah, no, that was like a whole night of just photoshopping. Oh, no. Oh, no. That night. Okay. So no, we were looking for the most fucked up photo, right? And we found this one of Roger Chang, and then we talked to Roger Chang, and he's like, yeah, I wasn't even fucked up there. So then the bit became Photoshop Roger's wild night.
Well, you did a great job because you got this guy to fucking be.
Yes.
Oh shit!
It changed my life. That Photoshop right there, that Adobe shop changed my entire life. Wow. I broke up with that girl immediately. That night.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So can I share? While I was looking for that photo in my photos,
my goodness.
I don't know the context of this photo, but I have it in the same folder as that photo.
Sure.
It's Jury. Oh, that's not it. That's
Oh,
the
nope,
90s
that's,
photo.
Oh my lord, he's gonna show.
Jury was shirtless with a computer monitor.
Oh, that's that's from the
That's Monitor Fire. Yeah.
from the night of too many pitches.
I feel like I drank too much that night, but I have that saved for some reason.
That was Twit ain't nothing but pitches and shows.
That's right.
One of the best episodes that we ever did, but that was my character who was Monitor Fire was a startup.
Horrifically doomed to fail from the get-go startup.
Yeah. And then they kept lighting a fire. But yeah, no, that was the same episode as Steve McTeletutor. I was laser tasks.
Yeah.
It is weird. It is weird because I mean, as a show that has built itself around literally emulating a lot of what y'all do. It is weird that we the inner circle of DKG references a lot of these jokes, and the inner circle gets it. It's weird being on a show with people that just fucking fully get all of the same the topics and shit.
Well, I mean, it really is amazing just to watch you guys grow because that's like what the internet really. I mean, I'll tell you what. To be honest, that water park is a great example of just like what the internet really is. It's like everybody will do exactly what they want, right? At any point, any reason. There's a million different things, and the only enlightened way to be somebody that is growing a community on the internet is to understand that everybody, your content that you are creating, you are thankful for anybody who wants to spend a second consuming it, and everybody like it blows my mind and makes me so happy to see so many names that we don't see around here on Tuesdays so much anymore that I know and love and are from this era, right? And you guys have created a community with them, and that's great. But that's the beauty of it, and you have to understand that's a great thing. That's not something where you're like, oh, I don't know, I guess what I'm doing isn't what you're like anymore. It's like because everybody's got a million different reasons why you're doing different things, and that's like I'm just, if anything, I'm just so excited that we've been doing things long enough that there's another community that came out of us in the same way that we came out of Revision 3 and we came out of Twit and everything is begat from something else on the internet. We are on whatever level we're still living off Leo Laporte and Kevin Rose's.
Kevin Rose, that dynasty of Kevin Rose. So
Yeah.
The real throne.
No, we had a funny talk one day in Vegas or I think it was like a Vegas ago. And me and Curly were like, we should try to do like a live show one time. And it's always that moment where you're like, nah, we can't do one. But then it just turns into the joke of like, well, if we did do one, like, what if we just sat on a couch on a stage? That'd be funny, right? And it's like, yeah, that's a joke for me and you. And no, like that joke doesn't leave this room because it's just the shit we saw that we want to emulate, but you try to find a way to make it your own.
I mean, what y'all doing for TwitchCon?
So there will be.
So
go ahead, Cass.
No, yeah, you don't explain this because your fucking sales pitch is terrible. So every time for TwitchCon, that's in San Diego.
He knows me.
Curly loves
Kaz historically has the worst sales pitches of everything possible.
Oh,
Here's the thing.
how did this move up this chain?
Here's the thing. If he fucks it up, it's not my problem. He did it. He broke it. I don't care. No problem. I trust him.
Every year.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up. Every year for San Diego TwitchCon, it's only been 2. We've done a very high school-esque themed party, but for adults. So last year we did Twitch prom, and this year we are doing 2 years ago. And then this year we're doing something similar, but a little bit bigger, a little bit more thought out, which means it won't be thought out. And at the very last minute, we'll beg a man to use his house, and we'll string up lights, and it'll still be fucking awesome.
So we did. I'm starting to realize this right now. Literally, all of my online. I'm sorry, I'm clapping in the microphone. My whole entire adult life has been trying to corral people to recreate the high school persona I never had. I wanted to throw a crazy prom. I just always wanted a big old fancy fucking dress, big old get together.
Yeah.
Shindig. And when Twitch decided 2 years ago to come to San Diego, I was like, we are in my hometown, brother. Let's go. So we did a big old bonfire. I went, my sister still doesn't like me at this point to this day because I had her sit at a fucking bonfire, claim it from noon until 7 that we were going to show up at while I corralled people and studio equipment to the actual hotel. And then we did the big bonfire. And then after the bonfire, we went back to the hotel. The next day we did we rented out in the gas lamp in San Diego a 32-person Airbnb, which literally was just a warehouse with beds in it. And so we took all the beds out, moved everything to the side, and brought in my friends with a bunch of studio equipment. We brought in Sam, who's a live band, one-man band. We had a band. I bought a disco fucking ball. We had Petey hang it from a string on a ceiling of a vaulted roof. We had lights attached to it. That
had to be 3 years ago.
Was it? I mean, at this point, now it's getting to 3 years. It was 2 years ago before.
Because it was SF last year in Long Beach, the year before that.
So this September, it will be 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So we did all that shit. We told everyone, you don't have to, but you should. Wink, wink. Dress the fuck up. Get all in a big suit and everything. And it was great. We had a doorman. Yeah. Fucking hell. We had a great time. We had prom king queen. Prom king with my sister. Yeah, that's weird.
On my sales pitch,
I haven't
Bryce,
processed that one
I
yet.
fucking sold myself to these fucking people, and they crowned me king.
Wow.
I was in the bathroom, so I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah. So as soon as it was announced that TwitchCon is gonna be in San Diego, everyone's like, I'm getting all these tweets and DMs are like, are we doing prom 2? Are we doing prom 2? And I was like, fuck, I have to top this. Okay, let's go. And so we did
prom pictures.
We did. You and Panda both set up a literal studio in the kitchen of this Airbnb with a backdrop and everything. Those pictures are some of the best things we've ever done, and I love it. We're doing homecoming now, I guess, because why not? And I'm gonna find a venue at some point. You can find out about it.
Yeah, we're sponsored by Marvel Spider-Man Homecoming. If you ain't there, who is?
Is that the tagline? We're far from home. The not homecoming, the one from a few years ago.
Yeah, I guess you'd be far from home.
Oh, just like Iron Man.
All right, so do you not want to do like a combined DKG Night Attack like live show?
Oh wait, no worries. All the things that I just said have been canceled. We're doing a new thing now. Let's go, boys.
No. We should do.
Jesus.
Why not both?
Absolutely. I'm absolutely in.
We can show and transition straight into fucking homecoming.
Listen, Kaz, as much as he is abrasive and bad at quizzes, he's my Bryce. Talk to him. He knows what's up. I'm drunk now, so let's just let him do it.
Bug, I can get a hopping spot. It needs to be in fucking walking distance of the convention in San Diego.
It was last time.
That's the key.
Yeah.
So we'll get a place in downtown San Diego.
Some fucking bing bangle shit. Fucking make Curly scout a location once in his life.
Hold on. No. Wait. This is a drunk thought.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
No, that's bad. That's a bad choice.
Don't do that.
Okay.
I can already see what...
I work for a charter school that has an empty building.
No.
I could just repurpose it, and that's a bad real idea.
So not put that on the internet.
Don't say,
fact,
that was a joke. That was parody.
Shut this down. Delete it.
It will kill content. That's what you just watched it happen live. But no, yeah. Well, we can definitely figure something out. Curly is local to the San Diego area, so we can definitely find a place.
I will definitely be there. I think Brian actually enjoyed himself at TwitchCon last year, which was an upset. No. No.
I think he liked the experience. I don't know. I think he walked away from it. He had a good time.
I'm going to give that man the most credit in the world because the most recent, besides this episode, the most recent time I hung out with him was that time, Jury, that it was last time we were in San Diego that y'all came to the little tiny bonfire that we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a little bonfire, and you guys Ubered over, and Brushwood hung out for a hot moment. He's like, "Hey, I gotta leave because my Uber driver's waiting," and I was like, "Haha, that's a funny bit. Who makes an Uber driver wait while you're talking with friends?" And he's like, "No, seriously, my Uber driver's literally right there and waiting for me to go back in the car, and he had to go back to the hotel."
No, that wasn't Brushwood, I don't think.
Yeah, it was.
No, in Long Beach, I don't think Brian was at Long Beach.
It wasn't Long Beach. It was San Diego.
San Diego for the California tour.
We were in what's his face's house?
Sigler's house, yeah.
House. Oh, okay. Yes. Oh, yeah. No. So not for TwitchCon.
No,
yeah.
not TwitchCon.
Like you guys came and you stayed, and Brushwood was like, I just came and I want to say hi, but I'm gonna bounce now.
He came with you and then left immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, there's a funny bit, and then he was like, no, seriously, the Uber driver's waiting for me, and I was like, that's insane.
No.
Go.
That is the Brian move.
Yeah.
It was very weird, but I was like, that's crazy. That's happened.
Not to make too much of a tangent, I want to watch someone sent this in, and I wanted to get this in the after show. It's a shame Brian's not here.
My ass? Was it Slob on my ass? Because we already watched that.
No, we did watch
Slob on my ass.
We did watch Slob on my ass.
Could we watch it again?
Well, no, I don't know if you guys saw the trailer for this
song of the summer.
This new thing that's the thing that's making headlines. I don't even want to say the name of it just in case you haven't seen this at all, possibly. But this is a
No. Go ahead.
It's a small movie. Just tell me pause. We can stop and break this down whenever you want.
Wait a minute. Is this all right? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
You always seem to say the right thing to just the right person. What's your secret?
I'm really just talking to myself. I don't charge for my advice.
San Luis Obispo.
I've not seen this, so go ahead.
Oh, okay. Great.
Me neither.
Because it was amazing. I saw this and I thought of you. You will be a hit in no time.
Welcome to the Joe Show. I submitted myself to a radio station for my own show.
Well, congratulations.
They rejected me.
Well, congratulations then.
You weren't right for your own show?
Jason skipped it. We need to get the money for this school.
$13,000 a semester?
All right, so we have.
So this is the boringest problem.
Fucking Jesus. So is this about a guy who's gonna basically end up making a podcast?
No, I would say no.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's
Justin knows the headline for this, huh?
I don't. No,
you don't.
I just bad. I feel bad that a guy made a movie and it's bad, and now it's making fun.
It's bad.
Right? We're not making fun of it because it's bad.
Hold on.
We're not making fun of it yet because it's bad.
The angles are bad. It's an A trailer. It's not the final trailer. You know, you clean that up. You do some color correction. You take some of those.
Kaz, why are you defending this?
I don't know.
Kaz, you're not going to be defending this in about 30 seconds.
I'm always looking for an end, man. That guy's my golden goose.
Keep going.
I do like that the initial conflict that they set up is you need $13,000, which is a lot of money.
That's how you break into YouTube. You just need $13,000.
All right, here we go.
Nestor? Asking needs their own show. If I was a black woman, I'd be perfect. She's brilliant. I know. Get her in here.
Loquish gonna be
The biggest thing in radio, but I still need my anonymity. You nervous? Very. It's not a crime.
No, honey, no, honey, no.
So this is the trailer for Loquisha, an upcoming no-budget film.
Don't know, but I want to say no. No.
I'm not allowed to speak on this situation.
Can I just close the call right now? Is that okay? Can I just leave?
No, please.
Can I just no? I don't want to be involved. No, don't do this to me, Bryce.
Look.
Justice
Y'all
mouth
already
is-
had an episode. Y'all already had an episode where Justin lost his black card. I ain't trying to lose mine.
Why
That
have
one
you
came
sunk
first.
a million fucking feet down in your chair?
Hide.
For the record, I got it back.
Yeah, he got it back. All right.
Your black card back. Good. Glad to hear. Okay. What is your status? Is there a website you can check on the status of Justin's black card? Is that?
Yeah,
Someone's gonna make it.
justisblackcard.squarespace.com.
T2, please, where are you?
If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
The biggest thing in radio, but I still need my anonymity. You nervous? Very. It's not a crime. It's theater. You live with Loquisha. What's your problem?
Hi, Loquisha. It's free.
Oh, I ain't talking.
Bye. Yep. No. Bye.
You not the way you sound. Next caller.
You go, girl.
You just be good to her. If you good to yourself, you can be good to others. But don't be too good because the police will come around.
Where did you get this?
I got another job.
Doing what?
Consulting work. What the hell would you know about being a white guy anyway?
I know quite a bit.
Loquisha is a real role model for every African-American woman on this planet.
Like the whole city has Loquisha mania.
I am Loquisha, officer.
What was that?
I think I might be a black woman trapped in a white man's body.
You need to talk to Loquisha. Just because she's a woman and a black person doesn't mean that she doesn't understand you.
Is this really happening?
I'm on a bridge above the river, and I'm gonna jump.
But thanks for calling. Enjoy your jump.
I gotta start listening to her.
So I tried to defend this. I'm gonna step back and I'm gonna throw my hands up.
So
Can't do that.
All right.
So
Is Jerry trying to process and figure out the good part of it?
So I don't even know what angle to take on this. Like, because do you dunk on it? I kind of feel like it's laid out in whatever case you were going to do to dunk on it, and also, you don't want to jump up and down on like, oh, well, it's a ridiculous voice, and then start doing the voice, and then become your own version of Loquisha. There's, yeah.
Listen, I brought up condom shorts on my own TKG Whelp episode.
Oh, our show is a trash fire.
Yeah.
We can bring up those kind of things.
But this is one of those stories that I'm just like, no, I'm gonna skip. I'm not gonna even bring it up.
Oh no. Okay.
No, all right. So he's doing a wholesome story. If you are to defend it, you are to defend it in that he is like the stereotype for which he is portraying is, I guess, a magical Negro. In that, like only a sassy black woman can save the nation. Or at least Detroit, I guess, where this is taking place. Yeah. So it is offensive, but in that like all black men have big dicks kind of way, where it's like, all right, it's a positive thing that is offensive because you're assuming that the race has these like that there is any hard coded element to it, right? But yet it's just I don't know. It's just such a white guy's version of like I'm gonna do a real, uniting kind of movie. Where I show that we're not so different, right? Me, a bumbling middle-aged white guy, and a sassy black woman. We're kind of the same person, right? I am Loquisha. In fact, I'll bet you that's a big moment at the end of the movie, is that he says, I am Loquisha.
Loquisha.
He finds out that his own struggle is the same.
Like that's his thing, because at some point he's gonna get busted, right? And he's gonna have to give a speech, and that speech will involve why racial harmony certainly exists, and I actually proved it because I was Loquisha.
From the white guy perspective.
Oh my God, I did see that poster.
Yeah, with the black
idea,
woman's head.
but I had no idea what that was.
Why did you want to know what the fuck that was?
So the funny thing about this is a very small budget movie,
right?
So it's kind of preachy, right? It lives in its there's a deeper message kind of thing. Whereas if this was just like a big blockbuster, it'd be Seth Rogen in a fat suit, pretending to be a black woman.
I mean,
Is it better though because it's low budget?
Oh no! Here's the
no.
Here's the number one thing. Literally that exact same trailer, word for word, but there's more famous black people in it. It's a Tyler Perry movie.
Yes. Yeah.
Tyler Perry in whiteface.
Yeah. Okay.
Literally, it is a Tyler Perry movie, but and that's really the audience that I think it's going for. It's going for kind of people who are into Tyler Perry movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Trust me, that's a market I tried to get into and I couldn't figure it out.
You'll get that, buddy.
Get into the Tyler Perry market.
This is coming from a guy who talked about one day someone will have kids with me while he's wearing a dad hat. Okay, it's a weird man that I work with. Okay.
Also, you're mad about the dad hat.
I'm not
but
mad.
The dad hat has gotten a lot of play. Okay.
That's your move with the dad hat. You get in play. That's not a dad hat move.
No. I don't need the dad hat for the play. The dad hat brings extra play to the part.
Cast it down for a bit. I love the man. This is why I love this man.
So
it's down to clowns.
Hey, by the way, this is the difference between a Night Attack Justin and BB Live Show Justin. In that pregnant pause, BB Live Show Justin would have just yelled at you like Loquisha.
God. The fact that the people that are here for it would be so fucking down, so down.
I know, but the problem is now they have Twitch clips.
Yeah,
they were not on fucking Ustream.
That shit's now permanent on Amazon. It's not going anywhere. It's forever.
That shit's on AWS. Fuck that. Sorry.
Justin TV can fucking flounder, but it's not going anywhere on Amazon at this point.
There's always this funny thing that happens, and I think you guys had on Night Attack had this issue the other day where you were like, oh, that's kind of a black person thing, and we're all white guys sitting here. So
Yes, we are, Kaz.
Curly, I always love to do this to Curly, where he'll go, well, Kaz is here. I can lean into that bit a little bit because he'll help me out, and I always just leave him dry. And I go,
Kaz, fuck you. We've talked about this before. You had the. God damn it! Do I want to go in on this? Shit. Nothing.
Okay.
We're done. I'm done. I'm backing out. No, tap out. Cancel. Going back to drink.
Go see Loquisha.
Fucking Curly, just go ahead. What was it in two words? What was it?
I don't know. Dude, Kaz. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm done. I can't.
Is it about my upbringing?
Compared to me, sure.
So they say where Curly's like, we've had this talk where he's like, you've grown up whiter than I have. I've grown up with
I don't feel comfortable saying it though. That seems fucking stupid. I'm just trying to err on the side of fucking consciousness at this point. Okay.
Oh, you're killing content. It's great. It's a bit.
Yeah, get woke, kill content. It's exactly what our show is about.
Yeah, no, it's always a bad decision. There's no road of I'm blacker than a black guy that ever ends well.
But I didn't start the joke. Kaz did. Okay, but now Kaz is letting me out to dry, just like he said he was doing.
Unless you tie it to religion. That's the only way out. If you're like, oh no, I'm so Tyler Perry movie that I go to church 2 times a day. Then that's the only way that a white guy can be like, I've learned from the black church that I went to that God means something. That's literally the only way that you can walk through that valley of death unscathed.
Yeah, I went to church once and I gave up on that.
Not me. Twice a day, brother. Have you heard the good news? I grew up blacker than you.
Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praises.
I saw one selection plate and I was like, well, it's not my bag.
I was being groomed to be a fucking youth pastor, okay? That's what I was doing when I was a kid.
Just lead with that. You always have to lead with the religion. If you lead with the religion, you won't get burnt on that.
I'm gonna have people that in the chat that are just like, oh, let's go through those lyrics. Lord, I lift your name on high.
Yeah, no, that's like the one that'll always be toast is like, oh, I grew up blacker than you. I listened to like that's the big hook.
All right, Toilet Bug has been hounding us about getting your full cast list. Or no, DKG's cast list for a remake of Blazing Saddles.
All right, so this was our idea that we floated last week.
Yeah.
Was that the most daring movie that could be made in 2019 would be a shot-for-shot, line-for-line remake of Blazing Saddles. So wait, Curly, did you? So I'm assuming, Kaz, that you heard some of our casting.
I heard a bit of it. I'll let it because I don't think Curly's heard this.
I have not heard this.
All right. So are you familiar with Blazing Saddles?
Oh, absolutely. We watched it as a community together multiple times at this point.
Okay. So if you were to recast it, and so you were trying to create the most star-studded, respectful to the source material cast, who would you cast? And there's only one. Really, nobody can touch our Headley. Our Headley Lamar is untouchable. Nobody can fuck with it. If you can, you will be the party star and we'll end the stream and just sing your praises.
I mean, so you're trying about casting people for the...
So their number one for the main role was Donald Glover.
Yeah.
And
okay, I have a counter to that.
Yeah. Well, so my disagreement with Donald Glover is
Mr.
Donald
Glover.
Glover now. If it was Community Donald Glover, I'm 100% there.
He does have a darker edge now, and like Cleavon Little is kind of like pure, like he is somebody that is like a very like a showman, Broadway kind of like song and dance man kind of guy.
So Toilet Bug just beat me to it. I swear to God, I was about to say like Don Cheadle was my fucking, but he spelt it wrong. But Don fucking Cheadle.
Okay, leave.
That's
leave.
my fucking rule. Like, are you kidding me? No.
Yes.
No.
Wrong.
Am I wrong?
Don Cheadle 20 or 15 years ago, maybe. Like the Don Cheadle that played Sammy Davis Jr. in the HBO Rat Pack movie could definitely be him, but not him now. He's not. He's too old now, and he's not gonna like. Yeah, you need a little physicality, a little dance to that role. Like he's a very
maybe I've been thinking about this for too long.
Michael B. Jordan's closer, although Michael B. Jordan's got an edge.
Well, see, Michael B. Jordan's not funny, right? I think you got to kind of go with somebody who's not necessarily a comedian, but plays kind of funny in movies and things like that. So like Kevin Hart's out. Don't do Kevin Hart.
No.
This might trigger Bryce, but we've had some drunken conversations. Tay Diggs.
Oh. Ooh. Okay.
My boy Tay Diggs.
Sure.
That's a beautiful fucking boy.
I'm
That's
gonna
a
throw a
beautiful
name
fucking
out
man.
there that might be he might be a little too much.
He's a little old and a little, but he's also good at like.
I don't agree with your pick. Tracy Morgan. I'm just putting that name on the board. It's not the pick.
No.
It's not the pick. It's just on the board.
No. Tracy Morgan for sure is the friend that stays at the camp.
Wasn't his name Uncle Tom, I think?
Oh shit, was it?
Oh fucking hell! Mel Brooks. God damn it! Stop. We can't.
Yeah, he's definitely the only guy who's also still working on the railroad when he comes back.
They've been kind of making a resurgence, so I also throw this name out there: Marlon Wayans.
I kind of feel like you need younger though. Like you need somebody that is. In fact, I would almost go with like somebody in, like somebody who's not necessarily even like an actor, but like a musician actor or something like that. I just don't know. I don't know enough of that scene. Or you would just go with somebody like a Broadway kind of person. But I don't know anybody with a name. The way that you would do like a fantasy casting. That who Cleavon Little was. And by the way, remember that the original casting on that was Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was just so fucking unreliable and like disappeared fucking, and the studio couldn't find him so much that they wound up casting Cleavon Little. So maybe the idea is you go back to those roots and you just cast like the funniest, hottest black comedian. I don't know who that would be.
Well, the funniest, hottest black comedian would be Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
that's just hands down.
He's the big
Kevin Hart.
Right. Kevin Hart to me is more. He's not Pryor. He's Bill Cosby.
No.
He's a different version of Bill Cosby. Is stand up, but it's crowd pleasing. You know, he's a lot of like, man, I'm scared of animals. God
damn it, JVZ, straight up and down.
Keegan
Michael Key or Jordan Peele.
Michael Key.
Jordan Peele's out of the comedy.
But are they too old now? Are they out of it? Like that's what I was thinking. That's why I didn't bring it up.
Michael Key could do it. Jordan Peele. Now that you have like the director thing on top of it, it also makes it kind of. Michael Che was actually who I was thinking of, Acorn-esque. Michael Che was somebody that I was like,
What's the name of the black guy from New Girl?
Eric Andre. Shut it down.
Eric Andre.
Shut it down.
Eric Andre. Eric Andre as come on.
Romani Malco.
Romani Malco's got too much edge. I don't know.
All right.
Romani. Oh God. I just really want.
Right.
Because also there's nobody in Hollywood.
He would go deep.
Has an idea of what making, juggling race in Hollywood in a sellable way. We have to.
Can we not push it?
We have to do it. Oh no! We have to do an hour with him just talking about this.
Get him convinced to do it.
All right. So let's I think we have a lot of good options there, but here are the big roles that you need to cast. You need to cast Gene Wilder's Waco Kid.
Yeah.
Oh, so I think you either go really aversive with that and do like fucking Detective Pikachu. Ryan Reynolds.
Or that's how you remember his name. As a Pokemon, he was in one movie.
He's done to me. He's fucking done to me. I think Ryan Reynolds has the like good kind of meh delivery that you need in that particular role. Like he's been working on this for a while now, and I think he kind of has that delivery down as long as he doesn't look at the camera.
I mean, that's the thing is that role, when you really think deeply about Blazing Saddles, which I've spent most of my adult life doing, the Waco Kid role is the funny one. Cleavon, is the straight man. Like
funny moment, but, yeah.
I mean, he's the Michael in Arrested Development. Like everybody that Cleavon Little is the one guy that you can relate to. Else is comically racist or funny.
You nailed it on the head on that point. Like the whole thing is like people always talk about whenever we do these like movie nights for my community. It's like, oh well, Blazing Saddles has a lot of racism and blah blah blah, and it's like the beautiful thing is like you love the characters that are actually like the ones that are subjugated in the movie. Like you love those, you identify those are the ones that the whole movie focuses on and makes you care about, and they didn't do that and stuff. And Mel Brooks made a point that those are your heroes. You're going to focus on these people, and they're trying to like overcome something, but you're also telling jokes.
Well, yeah, because sometimes an old lady saying the N-word's hilarious.
Yes.
But all right, so we went with Will Ferrell.
See,
past his prime. Past his prime, so it plays into the idea that like he's literally the Waco Kid. He was the man who could not, who could not fail, that then failed, and now is in this different phase of his career. So it makes sense that you find him in this jail at the bottom of a whiskey bottle. And also, like, if you're looking for like raw comedic talent that can be mentioned in the same sentence as Gene Wilder, Will Ferrell might be one of those dudes.
Yeah, this might hit people the wrong way. I just don't find Will Ferrell funny.
No, but his comedic humor would work for this kind of thing.
I mean, it's not like Gene Wilder was one of the funniest people on the planet, but really was funny because he picked his shots. Like he just didn't do a lot. If Gene Wilder worked as much as Will Ferrell did, Gene Wilder would have been somebody that we're like, oh my God, what a fucking hack. Is he just going to like when he gets excited every fucking role, and he's going to have this kind of weird creepy stare, but he picked all the roles that were awesome for him, and that was the move. So, all right.
Could H. John Benjamin do it? Is that weird?
That's not bad. I don't hate H. John Benjamin.
Galifianakis.
No, he takes the role. I mean, the trouble is Gene Wilder didn't steal the whole show in any of his comedy. He was fucking fantastic, but he didn't steal it.
But Zach Galifianakis, all of his funniest roles are when he's the third lead.
I don't know, man. Like everyone I know is like, oh, Galifianakis, that guy's funny.
No,
because he's the wacky one. He has the space to be the wacky one when he's not the leads.
Sure.
All right. Lily Von Stoop, the Madeline Kahn role.
Yeah. I have an answer right now. I've had this ready. January Jones.
The fact that you mentioned January Jones and Madeline Kahn in the same sentence is enough.
Okay. Well, Madeline Kahn is like amazing. God fucking, I know it. Okay. But
funny.
What do we have now? What do we have now?
Funny more than hot. You can find any hot chick, but that was Madeline Kahn's thing, was that she was hot, but also she was like low key the funniest fucking person in that.
Who was Ron Swanson's wife in actual life? What's her name?
Megan Mullally.
Megan Mullally. There you go. There's that. That's my vote.
I'm either down for Amy Schumer.
No, Megan Mullally is now. I'm now deep in the paint on this one. Okay, Megan Mullally is my fucking. She is so that perfectly funny.
Megan Mullally could do "I'm So Tired."
Megan Mullally could do young Frankenstein. Yeah, she could do the Frau Brucher. Like she could do all that amazing stuff.
She could. Yeah, Malali. I mean, she's definitely older than Madeline Kahn was at that point. I don't know how much she, if she'd be able to pull off the sexy burlesque get up. But I'm with your energy here. I'm with your energy.
What do you got, Kaz?
I'm sorry, I started reading chat. I'm down.
So this was our stunt casting. We went with what's her butt, the fat Amy from the movie.
Oh, Rebel Wilson.
Rebel Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is what's his face's daughter?
No, it's not.
No. Not Rebel Wilson.
Not the other Rebel. Sorry, I heard a name and I thought a thing. I'm drunk.
No, the big.
Oh, I see now. Yeah, no. She's amazing. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know if she could.
So she would be fatter. She would be fatter than Madeline Kahn was in that role, but like I think that would kind of bring the comedy.
If she could carry the jokes and everything, which I think she can actually.
I think she's the wacky.
Yeah,
she can carry that. All right, but
she's a very capable comedian at this point. Like, I mean, I've loved everything she's done.
BioCow says Kate McKinnon. Kate McKinnon's fucking amazing. She's great. All right, here we go. Hedley Lamar. This was our fucking outside of the stadium home run. Everyone, the internet had to apologize for thinking we didn't have it. And then we had it. Yeah. Everyone apologized.
So, for me,
I don't even.
I heard yours. I thought Pierce Brosnan.
No. I have an answer.
He's not campy though.
I know the answer right now, and this might be very personal because it's San Diego as well. Jason Schwartzman,
the American Pie guy.
Coppola family.
No.
Does anyone know Jason Schwartzman? Is this just a San Diego?
No, asshole. Fucking. I also grew up in the 2000s. I know who.
Okay, I'm just wondering. No one said Jason Schwartzman.
Oh, this guy.
I just immediately woo.
No. Come on.
No.
He had a band called Phantom Planet. I watched him in garages.
All right, brag about it.
Oh my goodness.
I love this.
Check me out. I love garages. I'm curly.
He's quirky enough to do shit like this. Yeah, thank you, Petey Ray. He just said Phantom Planet's Jason Schwartzman.
I mean,
this is why I love Petey.
Are you ready? Oh, Jay VZ says Mike Myers, and actually, I think that Martin Thomas might have mentioned Mike Myers too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, is this upcoming content? I mean.
No. This was at the bar after. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because we started talking about this at the bar after the show was done.
Yeah.
But thank you for protecting. Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick.
Christopher Walken.
That would have been. Walken, nah.
Brosnan. Roseanne.
Like, if we could have made this a few years ago, but before he passed, Rickman would have been.
Oh, Alan Rickman.
No,
Alan Rickman would have been.
They all bow to our fantasy casting. They bow to our fantasy casting. Are you ready, Curly? Are you ready to apologize?
Oh yeah, because Curly hasn't heard this.
Hold on. This man.
No.
This fucking man.
No, we're aware. No. We're aware who.
Yeah, I am in love with him. Sorry, deal with it. Jesus Christ.
You love Jason Schwartzman so much for this role. Are you ready to apologize?
I always, every day of my life.
You apologize. Bryce, do you have it queued up?
I have it queued up.
Just show the man. Mel fucking Gibson. Booyah. Apologize. Mel Gibson is the fucking casting.
show me it full screen Skype. God damn it. Yeah, no, I can see the thumbnail. Yeah, fine. Yeah, of course. What is he doing right now? What is Mel Gibson even doing at this point?
His comeback role, the role that was written for him and played.
Not all of the other movies for his decades-long fucking career. This is it.
Because number one, Mel Gibson is really funny. Mel Gibson, in his most famous roles, he is funny.
Yeah.
Then you have the racist past, and you have the idea that he gets his ass kicked for being a racist. Like, there's no, it all meshes together.
I'm in. I'd vote for fucking Mel Gibson. Let's do it. Let's go. Is it a vote? Is it a vote? Are we even doing votes?
There's no vote. There's apologies that are given for people who dare doubt that we have fantasy casted this the best.
This after show right here will determine who is the lead role of this movie. We've actually had conversations with the developer.
God, it would be an event if they decided, like, no, just shot for shot, line for line.
Yeah.
Saddles.
But it would be so good even then.
The funny thing you guys said is you don't know if it plays for a younger 20-something audience. And me and Curly had that same thought, and we showed it to a bunch of 20-something viewers of ours. Mm-hmm. And while there was shock, they were like, "Oh yeah, that's funny. I get it."
Yeah,
but they were also
trying to show people that were born after 2000, Blazing Saddles was a big ooh. And me and Cass are like, no, trust me. Continue.
I think the biggest thing with Blazing Saddles is, like any kind of comedy that is daring or edgy or saying things about things that are sensitive, is that it has to have a point. It can't be errant. It can't be for cheap laughs. You can play racism for laughs. You just need to have a reason why you are doing it. Like you have to have it thought out. And show me on the doll where Blazing Saddles isn't more woke than woke fucking is right now. Yes, it depicts for comedy fucking awful things, but it's like the hero's taken from subjugation. He always outwits his enemies with by outthinking them and having more empathy than them. All the heroes that are born into this system that is oppressive turn their backs on it. The people that are of simple minds have their minds changed, and it's absurd. I guess there's a few really cheap gay jokes. They might have to strip out the really cheap.
At that time period, gay was the fucking punching bag.
I mean, yeah, there's that whole scene where they literally, for no reason, just play a bunch of dancers as total gay jokes, and they're Dom DeLuise. It's just a ridiculous.
We take our victories in a slow stance. Okay.
That was the only there was really no reason why, except
I think as much as we championed that movie when we were showing it to people, you get to that part and you're like, don't worry about it. It's still funny.
No, Mel Brooks was making things happen, bro. It was fine.
No, Mel, I don't know, in name directs it, and then, he gets his director of photography to do all the work.
Yeah.
Neil Brooks.
Sure. Neil.
Yeah.
And then people were asking about Mongo. I don't know. You can
Batista.
Yeah. Batista's gonna sit down and say, "Mongo is but pawn in game of life." That apparently a Richard Pryor line.
Sounds right.
All right. Hey, Bryce, I think it's time to wrap this bad bitch up, huh?
Yeah.
Sounds good, my man, because I have to work tomorrow.
All right, thanks for joining us, guys.
Look at that face. Batista's so right for that.
Thanks for joining us. This has been a Tuesday. Well, it's Wednesday now. Here in Tejas. Thanks for joining us, Curly, Kaz. Thank you very much, everybody. One more time, Drunk Kids Gaming on Twitch. We'll be back. When will we be back? We might have no rewind this weekend. That'll come back next weekend. This weekend we got some crazy shoots going on. But maybe keep an eye out. Otherwise, we'll be back next week with the Cord Killers. I don't think we'll have anything planned until Cord Killers on Monday. So.
And then next week, Cargill.
On Banked Night Attack.
I'm just gonna give it a little hint.
Oh.
And then literally pull the stream.
Okay.
8 years ago.
8.
There was a challenge made between Cargill and I.
This is everyone's faces right now.
Next week, it's renewed.
Oh! We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Like I remember